came in here, 150 years ago, you'd see predominantly grasslands through the whole valley, and you'd see these dark lines along the top that was the timbered areas. Between here and West Bank traditionally was a hunting ground, and if you go right into it, this whole valley was heavily modified, and was modified by us, and it actually allowed us to increase our numbers. When we see forest fires, it's not our first rodeo. This one was a little bigger than what we're accustomed to. A lot of us sort of thought that, you look at what the fires were around our area, and we knew that one time we were going to get hit. And that's exactly what happened.
I remember getting evacuated. I remember my grandpa as well as my uncle were both on that fire. It was scary being evacuated, not being able to see what was going on.
And about 80 to 90% of it was burnt in different levels of severity. In some regards, there was a very large component that was 100% consumed. And so what that did is it really changed the current situation and the current condition within the Browns Creek restoration area.
With climate change and the amount of wildfires, the size of wildfires and the intensity and the burn severity of those wildfires are changing our landscape, whether we like it or not. The problem is I've learned since 2021 that we need to do more for post-wildfire recovery. Well, I was asked to help set up a recovery program within the ministry. And to do so, we need to find ways to do things different than the past. Part of our provincial strategic approach is to look at an all-values approach. It's not just harvesting trees and planting trees. We were looking for examples to work with communities to develop recovery plans that were really managed and led by the First Nations communities. So taking the values approach with the community, which means we may have to make decisions over trees versus other values, but that should be done at a community level. And I think the province is going down that direction. And that's what this project represents.
Today we had another community meeting associated with the updating of the Browns Creek restoration plan. There were extensive community meetings and input to actually get original restoration plan approved by Chief and Council and accepted by the community. We took that same approach when we were doing the updating to the plan, is that we've done it all through community involvement. So we've had, this is our fourth meeting today, where we brought all the community together. The plan was there to drive operations and development and guidance within the restoration area, which is about 7 or 8 different watersheds. It is kind of the breadbasket, or a very culturally important area for the band.
It's created both benefits and opportunities when we're actually looking at reestablishing the natural landscape. But yes, recovery is very important to our people. We want to see, that natural habitat being returned. We want to see the beavers actually be put back in there because they have a role. We want to make sure that, vegetation is put back in certain areas, whether it's willow or anything for hunting or what have you.
The idea is to build a resilient landscape post-wildfire so that it better withstands future disasters such as wildfire, and also think about the wildlife and other values on the land and how it is impacted by wildfire.
This collaborative approach has been really critical to actually trying to achieve something and recover from the wildfire.